Hey, Coach, I'm going to give you a quick rundown on our playbook editor. So you got your play name up here and all that kind of stuff, and this is pretty self-explanatory. I really want to get to the drawing stuff. So on the right here, you can also do these little things here called insert formation and insert defense. So in general, you can drag them on with player offense and player defense, and that's pretty straightforward. You can change their color here as well. So I'm just going to put some guys in, say Q, T, and I'm actually not going to do that. I'm actually going to go back and I'm going to undo that. I'm just going to insert a formation that I already have. So I'm going to insert, say, deuce. And then I've already got a defense as well. So I'll just pop that in there. So once we get to the drawing bit, it's really important. The most important feature thing here is that you can right click to stop drawing. So it makes it really clean. So you can select a player and then you can drag to draw your route should you choose. Or you can click to make segments out of it. Now this is typically a little bit cleaner. And then once I'm done, I still have this thing here. You can click on another player and it should toggle off, but you can always just right click. That's 2 fingers on the trackpad or right click on a mouse. So once you've done that, there's a few other things you can do. You can see this little insertion point on this line here. You can always click this, and at any point you can hold shift. And what that'll do is it'll make this solid line a dashed line. And so now when I click here, it'll show up as a dashed line. And then I can right click. And then when I click here again, I can hold shift and say I want it to be a comeback here. I can do that as well. So you can do all of those things. Now, once you've drawn this route once, you can save it. So this is kind of like a choice route. So I've already got a choice route, so I can just pop it in there. It's not exactly the same, but it's good enough. As far as motion and stuff goes, what you want to do for motion is going to be this little line here. So if you want to do like a little, well, he wouldn't be able to do it. Let's go to, once again, I right click there to stop placing that. Let's go here, and then I can change my line to be a solid line. And then let's just have this guy doing like kind of like a little in and outy thing here. So when this, what this looks like when you animate is that player will move first, and then the rest of them will go. As far as blocking goes, you can click on the players here, and you can handle their shading. And then once you have some shading saved, or once you've got shading drawn, you can click here. You can actually save this pattern if you'd like to. So you could save it as like, say, even with the 3 tech to the right. Save it, and so now that's there. So if I were to clear that pattern now, well, you can't see because even 3 tech to the right, it can pop in. Now, the other bit here is, so let's talk about blocking. So blocking, you also have the ability to zoom in here and go to O-line focus, which is really helpful. So you have the ability to hold and drag with your mouse from the player. You can do that. You can also double click on the defender and it'll kind of snap to them. You can also do the same thing where you're like you draw a segment and then go through. Double teams are really important here. So say, for example, we're working a double team to the mic here. I'm double clicking. Sorry, let me walk through what I did just there. I will click him, then I double click, and then I right click to stop, or I can just select this guy, double click. Now, to show a double team, I'm going to click this player, and then I'm going to hold shift, and that'll take me from a solid line to a dash line, and I can double click the mic there. And so what that shows, it looks like that, and it looks really clean. So let's say that this is some kind of like, I don't know what this would be. Let's just draw something up really quick. Yeah. So it's kind of maybe like a zone thing. You could also insert shapes here. So like a circle, maybe a red circle to say, hey, this guy is the read here. Now you can readjust that as well if you would like to move it a bit. Now you can also change the size of it to make it a bit smaller. But now what you can do as well is you can save this as a blocking scheme. So let's just call this, I don't know, call this test scheme 1. You can save it. And now it knows that that's the blocking scheme that's on there. So what you can actually do, and you may even want to be a little bit more precise with it. So I probably should have called that like, let's actually say, Let's just pop it in there. Okay. And so that'll look just like that when we pop it back in. Now, I could have been more precise as well. And I could have said, say, zone left versus even 3-tech right, if to be really specific. But that helps out there tremendously. Let's see, other things. Other things that we have over here, you can put text in really simply. You can just say like QB notes or whatever, and you can tab down and say ta-da. Now with this, you can change the background color if you want to make it pop out. You can change the text color at the bottom. You can change the font size and all that cool stuff. Change the text alignment. You can really easily manipulate this box a bit. So if you want it to be really wide and place it at the bottom, maybe, or up at the top, you can do whatever you want with it, really. We also have QB reads that are hard coded in. So say that we want this to be 1, and then 2, and then, I don't know, let's have say our running back were to come here, we could put a check down there. You can also adjust the font size for this. You also have shapes in general. So if you want to say that it's, you want to place something here, you can place it, and then say you want to be talking about this as a focus. You can also fill it if you want with a specific color, and you can do all of that. We have predetermined zones for you. So deep half, deep third, underneath, so on and so forth. You can place these if you want. And then if you do want to adjust them, you can. You can adjust them however you would like and change their color. Let's see what else we have. For defense, you can draw, the suggestion is to draw kind of this dotted, this just solid line to move a player. But if you're going to be a man-to-man, it suggests that you do the dashed line here. And so what you can do actually is you can just double click. And let's change that to be black, actually. Go back. Black. And then double click. And so now what that will do is that individual, when you animate the play, they will follow that individual wherever they go. And on that note, you can also hide the offensive and defensive lines when you're animating with these toggles here. Now, the beauty of this as well, there's a lot of things to talk about. You can also move the line of scrimmage. So if you want to move the line of scrimmage up or down, the whole play moves. So you can say a specific yard line if you want. You can also attach, you can flip the play. I'll flip horizontally. You can also attach teach tapes. So if you've got a YouTube video or a Loom, or if you have something in your team drive, so which is on the side panel over here, you can click that and you can just select that play and players will see it loaded in there. Now, the beauty of this as well is on the bottom here, these are your notes sections. So for example, every player that has a label has already been automatically generated. And if we've assigned a route already for them, that route gets automatically pushed in. Now, say that we want this, let's say that this is an arrow here by Y. Let's say you wanted to add notes for that specific look. You could say like get flat, 2 to 3 yards, aim. You can save this as a default. And then what that will do is whenever if you want to use that again on another player, you just type in arrow and it'll populate that automatically. So it's really helpful. You can do the same with blocking schemes. You could say like notes, and you can say place at guard, place at tackle, center, backside guard, backside tackle. You could do that if you'd like, or you can click add row, and you could simply have place at guard, place at tackle all listed there. Let's see what else. That's all about it, actually. Yeah. So if you can also insert like a full-on scout card. So if you're just looking to regenerate some scout cards, let's say this look, but it will overwrite everything. So click that and it'll redo the whole thing. I didn't show you guys how to do this. Let me show you that briefly. So if I were to redraw a route like that, for example, I would click this. Some coaches like to do it hard-coded, and this is red. So what you can do is there's a toggle right here when we draw our lines called match line to player color. So you can toggle that off and everything will be black, or you can toggle it on and it will match all the lines to that player color. So You can choose whichever you prefer. So some coaches like to hand draw things, and you can do that. It just will look a little more difficult, I would say, a little less crisp. It's kind of made for like showing like pulling guards and stuff like that. What would be suggested would be to click to snap it in. So once you've got it snapped in, you can go through and click back here. And like I said, you could hold that shift button and that'll turn this into a dash line. So you could say, well, we could go here or we could go here. And yeah, you can show option routes like that. So I hope that answers all your questions. I hope you feel really good about, about this entire thing now. So best of luck.